Well, good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine because it's one more day, one more on top of the ground, and of course, the ground's not on top of you. So, that is something to be thankful for this morning. Believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe, but it is the 29th day of December 2025. Uh, 2025 is on the way out, and 2026 is on the way in. But don't count it before it gets here now. Just let it roll on in by itself. Anyway, good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is Decisions. Why do we call it that? Because everything we do requires us to make one. And even when we don't make one, well, we just made one anyway. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine.
We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
Alrighty then, it's time to rise and shine, people. It's time to get up. Let's get out of bed. Let's get a job. Let's go somewhere. Let's do something. Anyway, I know it's a holiday still weekend still, but it's the holiday week. Sort of kind. Well, it still is a holiday week, but it's still time to rise and shine. Time to get up. Time to get your act together this morning because it's important to do that. Okay. Good morning to you. Again, it is the what day is it? It's the 29th day of December. I know I got to go out to the VA. So I almost forgot those things the other day. But we're here. We're here. We're doing pretty good. Hope everybody else is doing all right out there. Now, next up, of course, is our normal. We go to our daily bread because we always have to start this day off with a word from on high, something that will remind you what's important in life. Because often during the holidays we forget. So let me remind you the reason for the season. So anyway, so good morning to you. I'm feeling pretty good this morning. Thank God above. I am. I'm feeling pretty good for an old codger, but I always feel pretty good though. I think it's a sickness. It's a sickness that I always feel pretty good. I better not say that though. Say it that way, I might really get sick. So we don't want to do that. Anyway, Good morning to you. Next up, our daily bread. Okay. And don't forget our sponsor of the show, which of course is One Stop Wireless, 334-320-2988, 3445 Atlanta Highway, on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. So should you have a need for a cell phone, get your cell phone turned on because the other man turned it off. Not a problem. They can do that. They can take care of you. If you don't have a phone, you need an inexpensive phone. Or if you need an expensive phone, they can take care of you there too. Okay. So I need you to go down there and see them because I got to eat. Okay. Yeah, I need to eat. I need to eat. I don't need to eat much, but I still got to eat. Okay. So take care of my sponsors. My sponsors will take care of you. Okay. One Stop Wireless, 334-320-2988. Okay. 3445 Atlanta Highway. All right. On the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard is right there in the Shell gas station. They share the same building. So all you got to do is when you get ready to, ride by there, sometimes you see that, go over and see them over there, tell them that I was talking about them on the show so they know they're getting their money's worth. So let us, okay, because everybody needs a cell phone. And here's the most important thing they do. Here's the most important. Yeah, I said I wouldn't be. Yeah, but I changed my mind. I'm here today because a lot of things happened over the weekend last week. So we need to talk about it. So anyway, so let us do business with my sponsors, okay? So we can stay here and eat and everything like that, okay? Okay. Matter of fact, I need a raise, so I need to eat more. Okay, I'm losing weight. Anyway, good morning to you. I really hope this day finds you well, and I know it's been a tough weekend in this city for certain people. We want to talk a little bit about that this morning because there's some things to go on that just, well, it kind of messes with my head and my imagination is not as good as reality. Okay. So good morning. Hope this day finds everybody doing well and everybody doing their thing this morning. Okay. But there's some things. There are some things that we got. There's some things we got to talk about this morning. Okay. Anyway, we shall return uno momento. Right now, our daily bread, a word from on high. It is a great day, a fantastic day to be alive. Trust me, you don't know how much I appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate being here to tell you it's a great day to be alive. Good morning to you.
Grateful heart with such sweet ease. Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for the love that heals and the joy you make.
Asking God for direction is more than okay. It's best. Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading, titled It's Good to Ask, was written by John Blaze. My father has always had a directional sense I've envied. He's just instinctively known where north, south, east, and west are. It's like he was born with that sense. And he's always been right, until the night he wasn't. That was the night my father got lost. He and my mother attended an event in an unfamiliar town and left after dark. He was convinced he knew the way back to the highway, but he didn't. He got turned around, then confused, and ultimately frustrated. My mother reassured him, "I know it's hard, but ask your phone for directions. It's okay." For the first time in his life that I'm aware of, my 76-year-old father asked for directions from his phone. The psalmist was a man with a wealth of life experience. But the Psalms reveal moments when it appears David felt lost, spiritually and emotionally. Psalm 143 contains one of those times. The great king's heart was dismayed. He was in trouble, so he paused and prayed, "Show me the way I should go." And far from counting on a phone, the psalmist cried out to the Lord, "For to you I entrust my life." If the man after God's own heart felt lost from time to time, it's a given we too will need to turn to God for His direction. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Psalm 143, verses 4 through 11. So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you. I thirst for you like a parched land. Answer me quickly, Lord. My spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, or I will be like those who go down to the pit. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. Rescue me from my enemies, Lord, for I hide myself in you. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. For your name's sake, Lord, preserve my life. In your righteousness, bring me out of trouble. Let's pray. Father, thank you for reorienting us when we have wandered, and for being our constant true north that we can always turn back to. Help us to remain constantly focused on you, so that we can walk faithfully in the path you have for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Don't they sound good? Yeah, my granddaughter's singing in there. Now it's Monday, so I have to have a little thing this morning, and it's about, a lot of us don't know the difference between being important and being significant. And being significant is when you live for others. Being important is when you live for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with living for yourself sometimes, but every once in a while in life, you have to uh, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here. Sometimes you have to do things for other people, not just yourself, because people. There's an old saying that people will never forget what you do, even though they may forget what you say. So it's more important to do important things than it is to be important, because you'll find out the graveyard's full of a whole lot of people who were important, and they all took the same thing with them when they left this world. So just live a life of significance. And I believe this is, I forgot this guy's name. I don't know if this is Tim Tebow or not, because I can't remember who put it out. But all I do know is that it is a very, very important song, a life of significance. So then after that, we'll come back and we will talk about things of today. Okay, so don't go any place. Okay, a life of significance. We'll be back.
When I was at the University of Florida, for every home game, we would get in the bus at our hotel and we would drive right by the stadium, and we would stop at what's called the Gator Walk. In every game I played there was probably 20 to 40,000 fans at this Gator Walk, ready to greet us as we get off the bus. I would see all these people. I gotta tell you, there were a lot of voices that started to hit me. One of the first voices that instantly hit me was pride and arrogance, because I would look out and I would see thousands of jerseys with my number on it. I would look out and I would see Bible verses that they were wearing because I wore them. And so for a second you thought, dang, I'm something. They're here for me. This is pretty cool. I must be somebody. There's a picture that I stumbled across, and it's one of Time's 100 most influential images of all time. And it's a picture of this young girl. She's on her way from her village to a feeding center not far away. And she's so malnourished and she's moving so slow that this vulture is waiting to attack. So the young man that took this picture, I think there was probably something in his heart that he wanted to do good. He wasn't sure. So he captured this picture and he just waited, and then the vulture got closer. So he kind of shooed the vulture off, and then he walked away, and the vulture would come right back. And he was told, because of some of the sicknesses in the areas, don't touch anybody, don't do anything. And so he didn't. He did nothing. Because apparently the cost was too much. So he left. He went back. The New York Times published this photo in 1993. In 94, he won the Pulitzer Prize for this photo. 4 months after this, he chose to end his life. You see, every single one of us, we have a chance to be successful in life. And you know what? I hope you are. I really do. I hope you're successful. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But success is just about you. But significance is about other people. You see, that man that took that picture, he had success. That's one of the greatest honors a photographer could ever have. But obviously it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what's going to be enough for you? You see, success is great. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's not going to be fulfilling. And you can never forget that sense of urgency, that it's not about your timeline, it's about their timeline. While you might have 30, 40, 50 years, they have days, minutes, moments. She had moments, but it wasn't worth it to go pick her up. It wasn't worth it to give her a hug. It wasn't worth it to tell her about the gospel. Yeah, I won a Pulitzer Prize, but what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't. And I think the greatest tragedy in life is we're going to look back one day and say, I was successful in things that don't matter. I want you to be successful, but more than anything, I want you to be significant. And when you live for Jesus and you love people, I believe you're going to have a life of significance. When I was at the University of Florida, for every home game, we would get in the bus at our hotel and we would drive right by the stadium and we would stop. That's what called the game.
I love you, Tim. You're one of the best, probably one of the best motivational speakers I think I've ever listened to. I wonder does he come up with that stuff or somebody comes up with it for him. But it's good stuff, either way it goes. A life of significance. A life of significance is about us. A life of success is about me or you individually. Which one's more important? Well, we'll all have to, in our own way, figure that out for our own selves. But good morning. Lesson of life today. Now, this reminds me in church yesterday. Me and my son was there. We were there. I'm still trying to get him on the podcast, but hopefully before he leaves this week, he'll stick his head in and say hi to everybody. Yesterday's sermon was about pretty much about our not being bold and to stand up for the things we believe. We'll get into some of that. I'm talking especially when it comes to the gospel or when it comes to telling people about God. And he asked an interesting question yesterday. He said, why is it that most Christians people won't really mention God? And I don't think because they are scared. I think they're unsure. I think we're just unsure. We don't unsure. Now, be like me, don't really care what people call you. Okay, be like me. But we'll get into that if we have time this week. I don't know how many days I'm gonna do this week, but I was planning on taking the whole week off, but there's some things that happened this weekend that have happened lately that just rattle my chain, and not in a great way either. There's a young pastor in Montgomery. Well, he wasn't here in Montgomery. He was in named Aquarius Green. What a fantastic young man. I don't know what goes on in people's house or in people's life. And none of us do. When the doors close, a lot of things going we don't know about. But from all the information that I have acquired and for what I know about that young man, he was killed this weekend. And to make matters worse, it was by somebody that was close to him. At least that is what I understand. And he was the world could use a lot more people like him. Young man, taking care of his kids, leading the church, and some of that church has got a bunch of old men in it. And there aren't too many young folks that I would take advice from. But there are a few men in this town I have ran into that I wouldn't mind taking advice from because they are sure a lot better than I am in a lot of things. And Aquarius was just an outstanding young man. And he got too young. I know he just had a baby. They just had a baby, and Whew, I'll tell you. But anyway, it broke my heart, and it's hard to break my heart because I got sometimes my heart got kind of cold. Sometimes I don't know why, but it is. But it just broke my heart. I've been thinking about this all weekend long. You know, DeQuarius Green, Mr. DeQuarius. Can I show you who he is in a little while? But what a fantastic young man. I wish I had more young men in my life that I could talk about. Like I could talk about him. I could talk about this guy for hours. Um, Walked around trying to be a man of God, trying to be a example for other men. Um, he was just one of those kids that uh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. No. It wasn't that. It was. Matter of fact, it was someone closer to him than that. Yeah, Gary. It could be a rerun. No. No, it's not. It's not a rerun, man. It's not a rerun. Well, Donald, it's nice to see that you are the same butthole you always are. But that's okay. We wouldn't have you any other way because then I had to call the VA on you or something, thinking that you're losing your mind. So I do appreciate it. But we're gonna. I would hope we could end this year, on a better tune. Because I'm gonna try to be nice to you. See, no matter what, no matter, even though you always lie on me. Um, no, it was someone closer to. It wasn't the Klan that killed him. Anybody like that? It was a. It from what I understand, it was a domestic issue. Um, he was just a. I mean, it just made me sad. And there are very few things that make me sad. I just don't get that sad. But he was a special young man. Um, a real special young man, and. I don't really know what to say about him. If you had to meet the guy. I mean, he's not one of those. Wait, let me see if I show you a picture. You got to meet him. He well you won't you meet you can't meet him now, but he is a swell guy. Let me see if I can find this picture of Dear Aquarius right there, and that's him. He is with his daughter. He's just a he was just a fantastic young man. Um, and a dresser. Ooh, the man made me feel guilty to stand next to him. That boy could wear some clothes. So he is just a fine young man. That's all I can tell you. He was a fine young man, and boy, the world could use a lot of people like him. Um, but he was preaching down in some place called oh, what's the name of it? What is the name of this church? Let me see. It's not in Montgomery. He was in Montgomery for a while, but I can't think of the name of his. Uh, yeah, I don't have no style. You're right. The query is that boy could wear some clothes and he looked good and all of them. It's called Elba Zion Missionary Baptist Church, and I don't really know where that is. It's not in Montgomery though. I think it's somewhere near. I don't know where it's near. But it's somewhere in town. And because we're not going to spend the whole morning on this, but it was just that, every once in a while you run into people that can not only change you, but they change themselves. They light up a room when they come in. When you don't have to. They're not boastful. They're not. They're humble, and this guy had all of that going on for him. Again, I don't know what happens in people's life. I don't know what happens when the doors close. I don't know what happens. That's why we'll wait and see how the thing comes out. But Enterprise. Oh, okay. So that's okay. My dad is from Coffee County. Um, okay, near Enterprise. I don't even know. Is that where Fort Rucker is? I think that's where Fort Rucker is. I haven't been down. I got to go down to Fort Rucker one of these days to jump out them helicopters. At least I ought to go down there where they make them or something like that. And I never been there. I just knew it was a chopper place. Anyway, yeah, but he was a Coffee County near Enterprise. Well, thank you because I never ever knew where that was. Okay. So anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I know all of you guys know all of this place, and y'all got some weird names for people too down south. I mean, and you can't go by how it's spelled here in the south to pronounce it. No. You can't go by that. So I mean, we got some cities down here that you just have to not Fort Rucker. Fort Rucker. So where's Fort Rucker at? Well, I know it's somewhere. I thought it was in Enterprise, Alabama. I don't know. Well, I thought it was anyway. Not Fort Rucker. Okay, then. Enterprise, Alabama. My dad was down there. Yeah, you don't have no style. Yeah. No, but it wasn't. Unfortunately, it was another case. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad they sort of changed the law about domestic violence, where both people get to spend a little time in the hoosgow, and which I think is wrong. It ought to go by who started it, but you don't know who starts it often. It could have been some from the other day. We never know. But that's my good friend right there, Mr. DeQuarius Green and his daughter, and he's got another little baby boy, I think, also, and he he's no longer with us. DeQuarius, it just breaks my heart. I haven't felt this bad since my sister died about somebody leaving. He was just a great kid, and the world will miss him. And however, whatever your world is, if he was part of it, I know you're going to miss this young man. I miss him already. We talk. Sometimes he's on the show. Sometimes but I wanted a young perspective of religion and God and beliefs, and he always gave me. He didn't act like a know-it-all. He just told you what he thought, and his understanding of it, as it were. Okay. But anyway, let me take him off there because that's my buddy right there. But anyway, and I hope and pray that his kids and the members of his church are going to. I don't think I know what their funeral here or down there. I thought it was from here someplace. So I'll have to find out as we go along. It just broke my heart yesterday. I thought somebody was playing on the internet yesterday. Putting, we'll put anything on the internet. We'll do that. We'll put it out there and come to find out it was nowhere near the truth. So that's what we do sometimes. But he's really a great guy. There are a few other things to talk about today also, but to the family and to his congregation, our prayers are go out with you guys, and I know your hearts are heavy. Here's an open letter from Elba Zion Missionary Baptist Church. That's with heavy hearts, yet unwavering faith. We share our beloved pastor, DeQuarius Green, has transitioned from this earthly life to eternal rest. We thank God for his time of faithful service, love, and spiritual guidance poured into the Elba Zion Missionary Baptist Church family and the community. Though we mourn, we rejoice knowing that the life he lived in Christ is now received and promised reward. We ask that you continue to keep his family and the Elba Zion Community Church family uplifted in prayer and during this difficult time. We will still convene, and they still had church yesterday at 3 p.m. and for a prayer vigil, and they came together for faith and remembrance. So DeQuarius, travel well, my friend. Travel well. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds everybody. I hate to hit you with that bad news for those folks who didn't know, but it was just I think he was I think he was a friend of me. I was a friend of him, whatever the case may be. Like a son. Okay. There's only one young guy I know. I know a lot of I know a lot of nice young guys, but not very many. I can put them on both hands. Put them on both hands. But I just wanted to tell his family and his people that we'll miss him, and he was certainly an example for other young men to follow. Okay. All right then. Moving right along, got to get over that because I'll be depressed all morning. We don't want to do that. There was a post, and I got some other things too, but there was a post on and I hope both of you guys had a great Christmas too. As a matter of fact, I hope you did. Um, uh, but we seem to forget the reason for the season often during this time of year. But let me just get back to this. A woman wrote this on Facebook the other day. She says, "As a single mother, is $650 a month in child support enough for 3 kids?" Really? Seriously? I mean, you ask no. That's the question you should have asked before you had the kids, and you should have made sure that the guys, okay, that the people that you have the kids by at least can, if y'all ain't gonna stay together, at least show that he can take care of them. But now, to be honest, to be honest, that's not a lot of money for 3 kids. That's just not a that's not that won't do a whole lot. I mean, by the time you pay the rent, they ain't nothing left. So, as a matter of fact, you can't even find nobody with rent for the um, um, for 650. So I'm trying to figure where they're gonna live. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where they're gonna live. But that is an interesting question, and I would just now I don't believe. Oh, also let's not forget all the folks in Terrace in the what's the name of that Woodley Terrace. A lot of folks I still need some help over there. We had the city council person for that area on the other day, Mr. Orande Mitchell. And it's over there off Woodley Road. So if you do have uh, some blankets, you have some shoes. I think they need a little bit of everything over there, and of course, money will always help. Um, so I'm thinking that's yeah, Carmichael. What? No, it's not on Carmichael. It's on Woodley Road. It's a matter of fact, as soon as you get it's called the Woodley Terrace. It's 39 something, 3900 block. But you really can't see it off the street too well. But it's a little alley right there. But you'll find it's 3900 block of Woodley Road. Okay, I think it's 39 something. Okay, that's good. All righty then. So so the woman says it's $650 a month enough. That's what the mom says. It's 600 as a single mother. Now, first of all, see, y'all just have to learn to check these guys out before you get pregnant by them. Okay, you need to make sure they got a social security number or something, and just look at it. Say, hey, let me see them driver license you got. Yeah, oh, yours look different than mine, and at the same time, it ain't but 9 numbers. Okay, yeah, 9 numbers. I think it's 9 numbers, right? Is it 9 numbers? Yeah, you can remember that for just think of this: pregnancy and baby. Okay, think of this. So before you do the hoos guy with a brother or bro or Bubba, you need to make sure that you get them social security numbers. Okay, so you know where to find them when he ditches you. Okay, because he going to. Yeah, he going to. Yeah, he going. I mean, he will. And I mean, men just have a tendency to do that sometimes. So don't let them do it to you before you do it to them. Okay, that's all I can say. So make sure. Then you won't have to ask these questions. As a single mother, is $650 a month in child support enough for 3 kids? Well, I asked you, why you have 3 kids by? See, that's the question I want. And when you say single mother, now does that mean you wasn't married to the brother anyway? So I mean, I don't get it. You wasn't married to the brother anyway. So why'd you have 3 kids by? Really, there was no obligation on him. And I mean, y'all, some of you women, y'all just a 1-night stand or a 2-night stand or a couple weeks or maybe a year or so. Then we go on to the next one. Yeah, y'all need to be more careful out there. Okay, but and now once you can make a mistake. Once it's a mistake. 2, we shake our head. But 3, it becomes a habit. And then you want to get all on the world, make us try to feel guilty for you. 'Cause, the only people I feel guilty for, I feel bad about, is when you lose your husband or your man to death or sickness or something like that. I understand, but just because y'all broke up and you didn't make sure you had a way, he had an income sufficient enough to take care of your children, that ain't our problem. That is not our problem. Okay, the good Lord said something about taking care of the widows and the orphans. See, the orphans are the ones who don't have parents, and the widows who ones whose husband died. We can understand that. But if you just get caught with the wrong three guys, I'm sorry, I ain't feeling bad about that. Make sure you get that brother's Social Security number, because if he worked any place legitimately, he gonna have some Social Security coming. Okay, so you just make sure you get that number. So just remember this: before the lights go down, get that Social Security number down. Okay, I'm just telling you, you might wanna do that. Okay, I'm just saying you might wanna, and then you won't have then you don't have to be on Facebook or the news or or all these social media sites, and whining about how you got done wrong. You did yourself wrong. Yeah, you did yourself wrong because you should have just paid that guy no attention. Okay. Yeah, that's not enough money. That's true. Let me see. What do you mean Carmichael? Who's Carmichael? That's not on Car. Woodley Terrace is on Woodley Road, actually. Okay. Moving right along to other things. And there's some other things that went on this weekend. Okay, so what else went on? Because I've been looking all over the place. Oh. Are you a useful idiot? I was looking at it, and I want you guys to help me out with this. I was looking at an article yesterday, and it was a black guy saying this, saying that he's tired of Eliane Omar, whatever hell her name is, the woman from Somalia, and they are ripping America off blind. I mean, they are sticking it to them. And if that governor up there of Minnesota don't go to jail, then we ought to get rid of all the jails. They have been stealing money by the millions up there with this fake. They got this fake thing going on where houses where you house people and stuff like that. I mean, they have been ripping this country blind. And I hope that governor, and that was a guy who was going to be, he was going to be the vice president of the United States of America, and all you guys was sitting around saying, yeah. Really? These people have got a Patsy game going on. I mean, they are getting millions of dollars, and that's the problem with letting everybody into your country. They don't come here to be one of us. They come here to steal from us and all kinds of things. I mean, we got our own thieves. So why in the world do we want to import thieves? We're trying to catch the thieves we got right now, and we can't seem to catch them. But we bring more thieves to America. And I just Ilya, whatever her name, Ilham or whatever her name, Ilya Omar, she should be deported from this country. Okay? Other day she's talking about, well, where did this thing come from that America's a white country? Well, nobody ever says America's a white country, but it was founded by a bunch of white folks. But if we are going to remain, everybody that comes here, they don't come here. They don't come here a lot. They don't come here to be an American. They come here to take what America has and abuse us and use us. Okay, but if we are going to retain our identity, whatever that identity is, if we're going to obtain our identity, yeah, she's married to her brother. Yeah, I guess in America, you're not supposed to marry your brother, but I guess unless you're in the Appalachians, I guess I don't know. But she's complaining about America. You know how much that woman's worth now? Now she's from Somalia, came over here dead broke. You know how much she's worth now because she accidentally made it to Congress? She's worth $30-something million now. A couple years ago, she wasn't worth jack. Now she's worth $30 million. How in God's name do you make a 30 make be worth $30 million when you are when you got here when you make $174,000 a year? That's before taxes. Okay. These people mean us harm. They do not mean us any well. And I'm with Trump on this. Send everybody back. Send everybody back. I mean, this is crazy. The people, except the people who pay all the taxes, are the ones who are getting screwed, glued, and tattooed. Okay, it just and her and personally, I would throw her out of Congress for traitorism. I just I mean, what who the hell these people think they are? They come over here and take there you go. This is a pedophile. Why? I don't know anything about him being a pedophile, but even if he was a pedophile, he ain't stealing my money. Okay, these people are stealing our money and our resources. Okay, and when you show me, John, a picture, a video of this man doing something, I might go with you. But again, that's pale in comparison to what these people are doing. And I don't know why we keep taking up for people who want to do us harm. And that's what we do. Well, because they black, we gonna say, hey, hey, little my Somali sister, my Somali brother, they are ripping us blind. But I'll give you information for it later on. I mean, they get millions of dollars up there in Minnesota. First of all, think about this for a second. Why would people come from a land that's kind of warm most of the time and want to go to Minnesota, cold as hell up there? Because they know they had a dumb governor up there. That's why they know. That's why they picked him. Okay, they picked him. They didn't come to Alabama to do it. they went. They went to Minnesota where a dumbass Republican, a Democrat's doing it, who thinks that girls and boys should share the same bathroom and they should the same sport. Okay, well, Joe Biden did what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh Joe. There. Hey, John. Look at this. That's right. Remember this one right here? Yeah. Joe Biden had issues too. Okay. Yeah. Joe Biden. I mean, I don't know what is in. I don't know if it's genetic or whatever the case may be. But all these old men, when they get old, they get issue with young women. I don't know what that is. But I rather have an issue with young women stealing my money. No, no, show it to me. Show me. Not in a room, not with AI, not with artificial intelligence. Show me where this man has done something, and if he's done something, we need to talk about it. But all y'all lie so much on Trump. Now we certainly can't tell the difference between good and evil anymore. You know, listen, we got the right man for the right time. Because how come Joe Biden or anybody else didn't know the money was being stolen from the government with these Somalis? I mean, why didn't we know that? Huh? Because he was probably in on it too. Okay. Also, if you happen to work for UPS, they're gonna cut 128 UPS jobs. Now Montgomery is listed in there. Uh, a warn notice came out, and that's evidently the state of Alabama has a procedure that if you hire a bunch of people, you're a big corporation, you hire people, you have to let them know when a big time layoff is going to happen. And UPS plans to lay off 128 workers in Montgomery, according to a state warn notice filed on December the 23rd, a couple of days ago. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He won't release it. If y'all got the information, he don't have to release it. Y'all just show it. Hell, I wouldn't release it either. This is America. You don't have to. You don't have to. By Constitution, you don't have to. What's the word I'm looking for? Incriminate yourself. So if y'all got the criminal, if y'all have the criminal, I don't know if my sound's going to work the way it's supposed to. We'll see if it will. Good morning. I'm doing fine. Yes, all the time, all the time. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Uh,
The secretary told him, "No, that's not our numbers." But it's that type of stuff. He's eating dogs and cats. I mean, he lies about everything, man, to a point that you can't trust him.
Okay.
You can't trust him. Even with the Somalia situation, you can't trust. You remember the ink,
Okay.
the where he penciled in the ink. His last administration tried to say that the weather was coming here, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I mean, he just lies.
Okay.
You
Does
know,
the man
my thing is,
does the man ever tell the truth about anything?
Kevin, his name is Don. He said his name was Donald J. Trump.
Okay.
That's the truth. I'm thinking. But another thing is they tried to talk about the what do you call the ink thing that they said that was against the law that Joe Biden signed pardons with. Said that that he didn't read all of the pardons that he gave. He didn't sign them all. He used auto ink, whatever the case is.
Auto pen.
Do you think the auto pen? Do you think Trump pardoning 1,600 invaders or insurrectionists, since 2001 July or January the 6th? Do you think he read over all 1,600 of those pardons? And do you think he signed them
Wait a
with
minute.
the bad hand he got? That he,
Wait a minute. Are you talking about those people who were pissed off at the government and showed up at the White House?
well, whatever yeah, you can
And
say
what
that
did you,
too, Kevin.
what did you just call them?
Kevin, insurrectionists.
Okay. Well, nobody was ever charged with insurrection, so that's a lie to begin with.
Well, Kevin, I put it this way: they were
Yeah.
charged and they ended up going to prison.
There
my
are a lot of
thing is,
people in jail, brother. There are a lot of people in jail right now who don't belong in prison, who've been charged. What does that mean?
Kevin, but Kevin, and a lot of those people that he pardoned end up getting out and going right back in for committing violent offenses.
Then there was
So,
wait a minute. We let a lot of people out of jail in Montgomery who go right back in for doing violent offenses.
Kevin, what
give me
I
something
am
else.
saying is those people. Kevin, what I am saying, I'm talking about the auto pen. Don't throw that off on me. The man got bad hands. Remember?
Uh, and I would have he did, but he did it on principle. Boy, your phone is real loud. So what? Would you? Would, okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. And show me the test. Show me the SOP that said it's about the oil. Okay. Wait a minute. Are you driving right now? But you are driving. Can't hear again. Now I'm saying, so you using some of that oil that you're talking about? Yeah, bro. And what law? And what law? Well, what law did he break? I'm saying just, but just give me the law that give me the law that he broke. Bullcrap. The Geneva Convention's got nothing to do on that water outside the United States. No, President can't declare war. President can't declare a war. So don't give me that. The war on drugs was never. It is hyperbole. It is hyperbole when he used that word. Uh, hey, it sucks to be you if you want to bring dope into America. Wait a minute now. Show me where the Hegseth said kill them all. Show me. Give me the audio or the written order. Or the written order. Yeah, yeah. I,
Have soldiers going in harm's way.
yeah.
And if it's what's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And my thing is, Kevin, how is it that we can ignore Russian planes flying and invading our airspace and not bombing them out the air?
Mm. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Yeah. Hmm. Well, right. And, and and you do believe, you do believe that the only reason Trump is there because God wanted him there, right? Okay. Okay, but okay. So if God, so you think exactly. So evidently, would you agree that God knows what He's doing? Okay. So we got the right man for the right time. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I got to figure out. Yeah. Okay. Got to. All right. Appreciate it. I got to figure out why my sound thing ain't working that good, right? Yeah. You can. Could you hear at the end of that? I don't. I don't really know. I don't know what I did. I must have touched the wrong something. I don't know what I did a couple weeks ago. Oh, I know what I did. Crap. I don't have it. I don't have it. Never mind. My bad. I see what I did. I see what I did wrong. Okay, then I forgot to hook it back up to our system. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay, share this. Share that. Okay, share this. Okay, then that should fix the problem, I believe. All right then. That should fix the problem. My bad. I'm sorry about that. I need a producer. That's what I need. It's hard for me to do all this sometimes. Anyway, so Marty says that Trump's the worst thing never been in the White House, and and all that stuff, and but we don't care nothing about the woman from Somalia that's in our government who is stealing us blind. She's worth $30 million now. Okay, 30 million. How in the hell do you get worth $30 million working for the U.S. government? That's because you and your boys up there in Minnesota are still in us blind. And I ain't mad at them. If they want to to let them go with it, okay. But that governor of Minnesota ought to be in jail. I mean, he ought to be in jail for the money that they have confiscated from the taxpayers of America and of Minnesota. That's a doggone shame. All right, I think I got my sound thing working now. I think I do. So let me. I was my bad. I was I was upset today. I don't know why. Anyway, 128 UPS jobs in Montgomery will be on or will be gone soon. And here's what we know. UPS plans to lay off 128 workers in Montgomery, according to the state warn notice filed December the 23rd. And I think this is something that happens every year when they take on a few people. It's almost like a seasonal job when you take a job with them, and then you turn around and when they get done and I'm not blaming that on the tariffs. We need more tariffs. We need enough tariffs on stuff so we can stop bringing people's crap into America and make our own. Okay, we need enough stuff so we can make our own products and safety products and leave them other folks alone. Okay, I'm just telling you, I don't. It has not done us well to. It has not done us well to get all of this stuff brought to America. I think Microsoft, I think Apple, I think all these big companies still come. No, we should tariff the hell out of them to make their junk so expensive to come over here that maybe some of our people around here will start making profit. It is not like we don't have enough lands, we don't have the ability, we don't have the skills. Stop paying people not to work, okay, and pay them to work, and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised of the things that people can accomplish if they put their mind to it. If you know the only way you're going to eat, okay, he didn't steal nothing. How you going to steal from the state of New York when it was his money? Come on, yeah. Come up with a better job. I mean, come on. Is that why most of that junk got threw out? I mean, really, if he stole from New York, then why didn't they put him in jail? Because he wasn't president when that happened. Okay? I mean, just tell me. Tell me. Okay? That's what I figured. You can't tell me. Okay? Trump stole from the state. I don't care what he stole from the state of New York. I guarantee you, they stole a hell of a lot more from him than he got from them. Because up in New York, that's the way business is done. You got to pay this guy off. You got to pay this guy off. You got to pay the mixer off. Everybody got to get paid off. Okay, that's just the way things are done up there. Just the way things are done. And Trump was doing it. Trump was giving them back what he had to pay them. So I ain't mad at it. Okay, New York's a tough place to live. That's why I don't want to live there. Also, it seems that the one of the things that we are let me see. I don't know why people think. Why did he steal from New York? I don't know. They were stealing his money. The banks got their money. That's right. The banks, everybody got their money. Everybody got it. So I'm just trying to figure out, listen, these people have TDS, Trump deranged syndrome. And there's nothing Trump can do to nothing. We got a group of people, liberals, whatever. The guy can't do no wrong. But I think we got the right guy at the right time for this country. And I think what has happened over the years, we've seen so many mush-mouth people in the White House. Well, we don't want to anger anybody. We don't want to say that to anybody. Now, does Trump have a problem with saying the wrong things at the wrong time? Probably so. I ain't got no problem with it. Libtard derangement syndrome. Oh, LDS. Okay, not the Latter-day Saints, but libtard derangement syndrome. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm good with Trump. I'm good. I don't like everything Trump does, like everybody else. Nobody likes everything people do, but I'm pretty good with the guy. Now I got to figure out if my sound is working now. I forgot to plug it up a few minutes ago. Anyway, so let me see, go on something. And there are other things to talk about too. The banks got their money about, so who lost money? Nobody. Come on, Charles. Give it a break, brother. Give it a break. Man, God ain't got nothing to do with that mofo. Well, God has everything to do with everything. Whether he allows it or stops it, he has something to do with everything. Okay. And if we believe that God's in charge of everything, then I just got to say he wants Trump in office. Same what we said about Bush, the same thing we said about Obama, and the same thing we said. Now, we learned the lesson from Biden being in office. Never put a guy in office, although we got the guy we got in there now about the same age he was. So, so there's a reason and a season for everything. thing that happens. We may not get it now, okay? And it looks like Letitia James, the woman, the DA or the AG of New York, was doing what she claimed that Trump was doing, or um, uh, blaming, or saying that he took things that he didn't take. I mean, that's what she doing. I mean, on real estate, not real estate. What do they call that stuff? Real estate tax and stuff like that. Yeah. hmm But anyway, it is an amazing thing to me, though. They can see what others do, but they cannot see what they do. That just irks me. You cannot see what they do. They just can't. And listen, Trump, by no stretch of the imagination, is the um what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody you want your kids to look up to always. But I do want them to look up for him for one reason. Say what you mean what you say, and so there's no ambiguity when you're done saying it. Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah, you never know what Trump is. You never quite know uh, uh, what he's gonna say, but you know what he said. Uh, Here's one right here. Oh, I mean, okay, let me show you guys something right here. Now, this guy right here is see, the haircut thing I keep telling you guys about. You know the haircut thing I keep telling you guys about. Okay, you are out of your mind. I could be, but let me show you this. Share the screen with somebody right there. The entire screen right here. Okay, now let me show you this right here. Let me show you this guy right here. Now this guy right here, um, this guy right here, um, walked into a place. Okay, just want to show you what he looked like, because he's kind of nutty. Okay, want to show you. And the one thing about these guys right here, they always seem to have terrible looking haircuts. Okay, there's something to this haircut thing. Okay, there's something to this haircut thing. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something to it. Okay, there's something to it. There's something to it. I can't believe I left the phone off the hook. That's why I couldn't. Nobody could hear. But anyway, sorry about that. Let me see. Let me go back to here right quick. Let's share my phone screen, because I got to make sure I got that thing taken care of. Share screen. Da 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 da. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Right there. Okay, there we go. So that guy I just showed you. This son of a gun. Okay, Antonio Moore, 40 years old, was arrested and charged with first-degree premeditated murder in connections while in the death of Rita Loncherich. Antonio Moore, 14, was arrested the other day. He had no prior interaction with these people. I'm telling you something. I think we might want to start looking at people, if we look with crazy hairdos. Those people most of the time are nuts. Okay, they're kind of nuts, but the crazy hairdos. Okay, Moore allegedly told investigators that he stabbed her. Okay, and seemed to be shocked about the attack on the woman. Okay, he also allegedly stated that an internal buildup led to his fight on flight response and kicking. It just we got. You can't see. Well, you can't see. I just had him up there, man. Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay, my bad. I know I should have stayed the whole week off. I know I should have did that. Okay, there we go. I know I should have did that, but I want to come back and get my friend there. Okay, okay. Let me give you this guy right here. Okay, this guy. Okay, every time. Okay, let me see if I can get this guy here. Da, 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 da. He just kills a woman just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Just because she was standing there. I mean, I'm just telling you, there's something wrong with people with crazy looking ass hairdos. Okay, there's just something wrong with them. Okay, let me go here. Stop screen. Oh, no, put that right there. Put this right here. Let me bring this guy back on because okay, let's go to the window. Okay, let's go here. Okay, there he is. There he is right there. That's the guy. He crazy as hell. Okay, and every time these guys do crazy stuff, they got weird hairdos. I think we're not allowing the brain to breathe. Okay, they need haircuts. Okay, and it kind of like goes with public school. If you walk around town in school looking crazy, you're going to do crazy things. If you allow people to show up in public school looking like idiots, they're going to do idiotic things. Okay, this is the guy right there. That's him. Yeah, that's him right there. I mean, he looks like a madman, absolutely a madman. And these people are walking the streets. Man, I mean, he looked crazy. I mean, these people are walking the streets. Okay, kill people for the hell of no. See what you okay? I thought I got this. Okay, this is the guy that's crazy as hell right there. I thought I told you guys last week about the Chuck Schumer, which is a Democrat. I believe he is anyway, Democrat or something. But he helped pass a law in 1986 that allowed us to go after these people outside our borders. So it wasn't illegal. Okay, but they never bring that up to you. I mean, they never bring that up to you because there is nothing that a Republican has done that has not been done by a Democrat. Not one. No, you don't believe me? Try to find something. Try just try. There's nothing Republican in office, a Republican president has done that has not been done by a Democrat. Okay, so I'm just saying, we might want to. We might want to think about that before we go start blaming Trump for stuff. I'm just telling you, that's the way it rolls. That's the way it rolls, bro. That's the way it rolls. I'm just telling you, you might want to look into that. There's nothing that a Republican has done that a Democrat has. And the funny thing about it, we never find out about it until after they start jerking around the Republicans. Two wrongs. Well, sometimes they do. Yeah, sometimes they do. Yeah, sometimes two wrongs do. Yeah. If one can do it, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah. We can do it. Yeah, we can knock that out. All right. Yeah, we can do it. Except for his inability to stay quiet when he needs to. I like what Trump is doing. Real, I do. Who said carry? Who said walk tall, walk softly, but carry a big stick? Who said that? Was that Roosevelt or was that Truman? One of them said that anyway. And I think that they were absolutely right. Walk soft, but carry big. Let people know that you don't get to walk all on us. Okay? And this Charles sound like kill people for the hell of it. Well, listen, if you don't want to get shot at, don't be bringing drugs to this country. Don't even head this direction. Okay? Okay. Don't let it. Don't act like. I remember in the 80s, some of our guys used to always go down to South America, and I ain't gonna say I was with them. I wasn't with them, but I knew when they got back. This drug thing has been a and that's only because we as Americans are drug addicts. We do. We're drug addicts. We want to get high. I would have got up, but I won't be high. Amen. It's so bad. It's a song out now. Say, I want to get high. Okay. I want to go to work, but I want to get high. I mean, what is so good about being high? Can anybody tell me what it feels like? Because anything that's that good, I don't think I ever want to mess with it. I don't think I ever want to mess with it. Okay. Yeah, we know what they had. Why were they throwing it off the boat? Why were they throwing it off the boat? If it wasn't nothing but cereal for the kids, why were they throwing it off the boat? Okay, that's just a question I ask. Yeah. I'd rather things go up. Yeah, yes, sir. I'd rather things go up because of tariffs than us keep because we're going to end up paying the same amount anyway. A lot of our stuff is going up in America because we are too dependent on people in other places, and it's going to get really bad on our medicines. And it is already some aspect of that going on in America when the medicine that we need to keep our people alive is being made someplace else. Now, you tell me, are we not giving other people too much power in this country? Okay, we are giving people too much power. So I'm saying tariff the hell out of them. Okay, then maybe we can pick up use our own backyard, grow our own greens, grow our own corn. We don't have to worry about all that stuff. I'm just saying. And a matter of fact, the other day I'm coming down the street, see some chickens walking around now. So somebody over here got some chickens, and I ain't mad at I don't want to have to wring their neck because I'm too soft for that. Okay, tariffs proven not to raise prices. Inflation's at now. I did see that inflation is at 2.6. So okay, so somebody come up with another lie on Trump. I still say we don't need to be buying everybody's stuff when we can grow it over here. Now, Trump was right about one thing. Stop making our kids go to school and take up psychology or political science and let them go to school and take up technology. Something they can get a job at. Okay. Something they can get a job at. Okay. Because right now, here's the one I like, gender studies. Oh, then we got one called women studies. Like, what do women got besides the physical attributes that men don't? What do women have to go through that men don't have to go through when it comes to getting a job? Knowledge is power, and the power is the knowledge. Okay, we're always coming up with some special group of people that need special help, like they're all retarded. Okay, they're not retarded. Okay, although some of them may be. Oh, he's not stopping drugs. He's just making the price go up for users. Well, then maybe we shouldn't have so many users. Are you serious? And that'll stop. If you can't buy them, you can't sell them. If you can't sell them, then you won't bringing them over here. So I don't care if you make the price go for drugs. So I don't care. I don't care about that. Let them. But we also are letting some more important things go, like steel. I'm being from Indiana. We used to have a place up called Gary, and we was a steel making city up there. But boy, look at it now. It's all ruined. It's all going to pots. Detroit, Michigan used to be a car manufacturer. Look at it now. Okay, there are a lot of cities in America that in their heyday, they were an economic engine. Now we decided to let the Chinese and the Vietnamese and everybody else make stuff real cheap. Let's just face it, it's about money. I understand it. It's about money, but it's going to cost everybody in the long run. Because when the people cannot afford to buy your crap that you have made, like the Apple phone, I will never buy another Apple phone. Never. If I live and nothing happen, I will never buy another Apple phone. You're not going to make that junk overseas and send it back here like you're making some of our people live good. I will not buy. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about getting rid of the one I got now. So, if I'm gonna get a phone made overseas and let it have the overseas name like Samsung, you know, and they do make good products as a matter of fact. But since we can't seem to make, you know, uh, well, now he did. He Joe Biden wanted to cheap drugs for his son. He probably did because and the coke habits get expensive. From what I understand, I wouldn't know. But so much for that. So moving on to something else. Since nobody's beat me in an argument yet, so let me go on to something else here. That crazy guy right there, yeah, that son of a gun is crazy as a jaybird. Okay, it's crazy as a jaybird. Don't forget Woodley Apartments. And I believe we lost two more of the people over there at Woodley Terrace. I think both the children died. Wow. On December the 21st, a fire at Woodley Terrace Apartments has claimed two more victims, including a second child. A hospitalized 9-year-old girl was pronounced dead at 1:29 p.m. on Christmas Eve. That's a shame. Montgomery Fire District Chief K.R. Peoples confirmed Johnny Payne, 64, was pronounced dead at 3:48 p.m. on December 23rd. 2 days after the fire, Peoples confirmed both deaths on December the 24th. The fire had previously claimed the lives of an 8-year-old child. Boy, Montgomery fire rescue victims were called to a 2-story apartment fire in the 3900 block of Woodley Road at 8:09 a.m. People say, "I'm glad at least it was in the daytime so people could see." Hopefully, people said rescue personnel found 3 injured people and took them to a local hospital where the 8-year-old was pronounced upon arrival. So let's not forget those people over there. Try to get around them, see what they need, if they need any. I'm pretty sure some of these people are going to be changed for a long time. Their life is going to be rough for a long time. So let us don't forget. And again, that what's the address? 3900 block of Woodley Road. That's where they are. And there's a little. You won't really see them. The apartment's too good um, um, off the street, but there's a little alley with a fence around it that actually takes you into the apartment complex. I went over there a couple of days ago, and it looked kind of bad. I don't and evidently the people who own these apartment complexes, a lot of them don't live in the state of Alabama. And I think that's what we ought to do. We should make our state legislators should make a law. You have to have local ownership at least in the state. I don't care which state. We don't care which uh, uh, which state you're in, but you need to be in the United States. Okay. So and a number, and you must have a local representative that has the sole power that you do to make things happen, fix these places up and stuff like that. Because I mean, from what I was told, there were people over there with roaches and the mice were so brazen that they just come dancing through the living room. Hey, what's up? On the way to another corner. So I don't know. I didn't go into one. I looked at them. But at the shape of them outside, I knew that it wasn't that great on the inside. Wow. All right. Anyway, moving on to other things. Okay, moving on to other things. No other injuries or apartment residents or firefighters had been reported. The cause of the fire, of course, is still under investigation by the Montgomery Police Fire Rescue Bureau of Investigation, which is called the MFRBI. RBI, Rescue Bureau. Okay, got me. Okay. Now, let's go to this one here. Now, here's another one. Down in Florida, not that far from here, a 15-year-old boy walks up to the cops after shooting a 13-year-old girl on Christmas Day and told them it was an accident. Police said, police said, what? Said what? Was it an accident? Of course, she's a Florida teen, and wow, where do 15-year-olds get guns? Who knows? Who knows where they get them? She was a 13-year-old Emery Nicole Jackson. The boy was not named due to his juvenile status. Police said that while deputies were at home in Pine Hills, Florida, on the evening of December the 25th, the boy approached them to tell them that he was responsible for shooting, but claimed that it was an accident. Okay, then. Mm-hmm. All right, then. I think one of the things we can do to help ourselves out is get rid of of this shield of anonymity over kids because they happen to be. I think 13 should be the lowest age. I think anything above 12, your picture needs to go in the paper. We need to know who you are. We need to know who you are. We do. Okay. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a Klan member or anything like that. Okay, but it's a shame. Oh, and here is Hardee's. Hardee's restaurant, the best biscuits in town, they're going to close 77 locations in the United States, including in Alabama. And here's where. Hardee's location across multiple states, including Alabama, are set to close after the fast food chain's largest franchise operators allegedly failed to keep up with the required payments. The closures follow a lawsuit filed last month by Hardee's restaurant, again, ARC Burger, a franchise operated by High Huff Capital Partner, whatever the hell that means. After the lawsuit was filed, ARC Burgers decided to shut down all the Hardee's locations that it owns. Okay, then. ARC Burgers, 77. Man, are you telling me? And they got Hardee's, the ones in Missouri, Montana, South Carolina, Wyoming, Alabama, Florida, and Georgia, and Illinois. So, yeah, a lot of folks going to be losing their jobs. The court documents alleged that ARC Burgers began to miss required payments in December 2024. Hardee's said that the franchise failed to meet multiple financial obligations. Hey, it's hard on everybody out here, okay? Hardee's alleges that unpaid obligations include franchise royalties, advertising funds contribution, technology and training fees, as well as rent and taxes. It's hard on everybody. Okay, it's hard on everybody. Only one Hardee's restaurant, though, in Alabama appears to be included in the closure tied to ARC Burger. According to the Hardee's location map, it's going to be going in Geneva, Alabama. So, hey, you got to come up to Montgomery to get a burger. That's fine. We get. They still make the best biscuits in town. Okay. Now here's a story. That I found yesterday. And it's kind of an interesting story. There's a black man that is being prepared to be executed, but the victim's daughter says, we are going to electrocute the wrong man. Okay. Let me take my pause for the calls, and we're going to come back and delve into this little story here, because this is interesting. So she said that we got the state of Alabama has the wrong man. Wow. Anyway, so hang loose. We'll be right back. So right after this.
We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, 'cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I appreciate that.
Okay, I think I gotta. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta come up with a new opening. I'm not very good with AI. I find it to be kind of boring, actually. But I gotta get a new song, a new background. We're gonna redo everything over the next few days, and then when we get back, we'll let you know how that that happened, how that works out. But that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get new this, new that, new that, new that. And I just got to get somebody that's really good at that is at AI. So I need a new song. One got a little pep to the step in the morning. We need to do that. Um, and a new break thing here. Okay, a new break thing. Hey, here's my friend right here.
Hi, my name is Paula Sizemore Russick. I am the creator and the founder of Paula Y Platinum Natural Product. This is my homemade turmeric organic soap made with all natural ingredients. Turmeric, goat milk, avocado oil, coconut oil, tea tree oil, lemongrass, lemon peel, shea butter, made with love.
That's good soap right there. Now I'm just thinking, can I go outside just get me some lemons and take a bath with them? I mean, you got to smell good when you get out of there. I don't know what turmeric is, but evidently it's good stuff. And goat milk. Now it's the goat milk thing that I didn't know goats produce milk. Like the other day, I tell you, old as I am, there are a lot of things I just still don't know. Like yesterday, there was a cat on the porch, right? There was a cat on the porch, and it was the first time I knew that cats had. It was a male cat. I didn't know that cats had. I, didn't- I really didn't know that cats had balls, like the turtles and the. I didn't know that. I thought they all looked the same, but they do get balls. I said, wow. So now I know how to get these other little cats. See, I didn't know how they was coming. I thought maybe they were just putting an egg or something down. I don't know. I just know cats have just never been my favorite animal, but they are good to rub on. But anyway, so now that we know that all it seems like all male people got the same thing. I mean, yeah, stupid. How they feed their? I don't know how they feed their young. I've never been a cat. I never even owned one. Okay, I'm just saying. I didn't know they had balls. The little fella just coming around me and said, I hope he ain't gay, But he just likes me for some reason. I don't know why. Because I keep giving him that Hill Ridge hump. That Hill Ridge. They got this lunch meat. Some of the best lunch meats I ever tasted. He keeps asking me for some. So, but I didn't know cats had nuts. So, but that's okay though. I mean, hey, I just found that out the other day. But I guess I'd never been that close to his butt before, so I didn't know that kind of thing. Okay, then what's not? I'm pretty sure there's some few there. Well, that's not that's not that big a deal. Oh well. Anyway, it's time to talk about something else. But so let me get back to this story I was telling you about a little while ago. Here's our Tory battle. This is a special to the Montgomery Advertiser that was given the other day. My father was murdered. Alabama is about to execute the wrong man. That's Miss Tory Battle. At a tender age of 9, I lost my father, Doug Battle, when he was killed during a robbery. Like any child faced with sudden, senseless violence, I was asked a question and had no answer. Why did you have to kill him? More than 3 decades later, I am asking the question again, this time to the state of Alabama. Alabama plans to execute Charles Sonny Burton, a man who did not kill my father. In 1991, 6 men robbed the AutoZone store. Most of them, including Mr. Burton, left the store with money. One man, Derek DeBruce, still in the store, made his own decision to shoot my father as he lay face down on the floor with other employees and customers. From everything I have seen and learned from the evidence presented, there is nothing to suggest that Mr. Burton knew a shooting would occur or meant for anyone to be killed. Both men were originally sentenced to death. Later, DeBruce, the shooter, had his sentence overturned by the state and agreed to resentence him to life without parole. Mr. Burton, the non-shooter, remains on death row. Today, Mr. Burton is a sick man, 75 years old, wheelchair bound, and in poor health. Suffering from severe rheumatoid arthritis, he is frail and poses no threat. Yet Alabama plans to execute him using nitrogen hypoxia, an untested execution method that would cause him to suffocate while conscious. As a child, I believed justice meant punishment. I hated all 6 men involved and thought that witnessing execution would bring closure. As I have grown older, I have come to understand that justice is not about vengeance. It is about truth, proportionality, and fairness. Mr. Burton remains on death row, not because of moral clarity, not because moral clarity demands it, but it's because procedural rules have blocked courts from correcting their past mistakes. When a man's life turns, and I agree with her on this, when a man's life turns on technicalities and barriers rather than the truth, then that is not justice, but a failure of the system that does nothing to honor my father's memory. She goes on to say, every Christmas I am reminded of a famous letter written to an 8-year-old girl named Virginia, who asked whether Santa Claus was real. The editor replied with the belief to that belief mattered. The editor replied that belief mattered, right? Belief in love, generosity, and in devotion, especially when the world makes those values hard to see. She said, those are the values I believe my father lived by. And he's right about one thing. I don't know. Would be a better podcast, yeah. Me too. One of the things to the young lady in this thing, there have been many people in our court system who have probably been put to death or probably incarcerated for years. And I'm not here. This ain't the weak lib show, but I have talked to judges personally, and because of procedures, just a procedure, you didn't get the information there on time. You passed the date for asking for a retrial. You passed it, and we've been lied to a long time about our court system, but it's about justice. It isn't. It really isn't. Because if it were about justice, then there's no such thing as a date on a calendar that should suggest that somebody's case ought not be open. I don't care. And like the whole thing with the Whitehurst case here in Montgomery. And when you talk to people about that case, all they said, well, it was a long time ago. Well, what's that got to do with it? I mean, what's that got to do with it? You know. So somebody's got to explain to me one of these days. We'll be able to hear the callers, man. I think I can hear them now. Nobody's called lately though, so I don't know if it's going to work or not, because I think I finally figured it out. I hadn't turned on the hadn't turned off the. Remember that? So when I show a picture on my screen, it means that I can't hear things on the phone, and I keep forgetting sometimes to put it back on there. My bad. But yeah, I won't be doing that. I'll try to. I'll put a sign up here for me in the future to remind myself to to take care of that thing when I do what I got to do. But there are too many cases of justice that people worry about time, but when it comes to, take Bill Cosby thing. 40 years ago, and they want to put old Bill Cosby in jail because the woman said he gave her appeal. Now, we don't know if he gave her appeal, because 40 years is a long time to hold it in your stomach. We have no test. The woman didn't even remember where it happened at. But here in Montgomery on the Whitehurst case, well, that was 50 years ago. But well, didn't nobody die under the Bill Cosby thing? Maybe his little member did, but other than that, nothing else died. Nobody else died. But in Montgomery or in Alabama, we take here he is again. Well, yes, Donald.
Feliz Navidad, Kevin.
Feliz Navidad.
Kevin, name one person that's been executed that was proved innocent.
Well, you can't prove them innocent once you kill them.
Why can't you
Because
prove that they were innocent?
Because what would be the point?
I mean, to prove, but you can't name one person that's been executed.
There's a guy,
that was innocent.
but we don't know that because we executed him.
Oh, so you don't want to execute nobody then? Is that what you
Well,
want?
I'm against executions anyway.
Okay, well that's fine, but there's nobody on death row that's not innocent.
Well,
I don't think you could find one person that was innocent.
Now, a few years ago when I got here in 1991, a guy named McMillan.
You're fixing to show your ignorance now. Go ahead.
John and them. I remember when they walked him out of the prison, and
okay,
and he had been on death row.
And why was he let loose?
Because they found information, but it's 30 years later.
No, they didn't find information. They gave him another trial, and since he'd been in prison so long, they just didn't retry him because all the witnesses were dead and everything else. They didn't prove him innocent. They got him a new trial because they didn't introduce something or blah blah blah.
I'm gonna check on that.
But none of these people you're gonna bring up.
From so wait. No.
That equal justice crap center, whatever it is over there. None of them you're gonna prove was found innocent.
There's a man who was in prison for murder for 37 years here recently, last month, got let out. And as soon as they got let out, you know what they did with him? They sent him back to his home in India. They put him in that jail for 37
why did they
years.
let him out? Why did they let him out?
Because they found out he didn't do it.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They gave him a new trial.
Well, where do you keep coming up with this at?
Because I got intelligence.
And why would they give somebody a new trial if they had?
Because they went back and they found maybe they didn't introduce some sort of evidence.
No.
They didn't give the.
They found out that the gun.
They didn't give the defense and evidence. It doesn't mean they were innocent. It means they get a new trial.
They found after 37 years in American prison, and then as soon as he walks out, you send him back to his homeland, and he don't know nobody there now.
Good.
They deport him.
He was probably here. The only way they could send him back is what?
Well, he overstayed his visa.
The only way they could send him back is what?
Wait a minute. He was in prison. He overstayed his visa.
Only way they could have sent him back to India is what?
Well, because he overextended his visa.
No, because he was illegally in the United States.
No, he wasn't here illegally. He was.
They couldn't send him back if he's a citizen.
He wasn't a citizen, but I don't think
they couldn't send him back if he was a citizen or legally here.
Well, let me find out because that's not what I read last week.
I wish you'd read something instead of listening to some of these idiots.
And
which one? I didn't miss that. Which one of the idiots said Trump stole money from New York?
I don't know who said that, but
which idiot was that? Was it that stupid Marty who keeps coming up with the same lies like he said, kill them all?
Yeah,
what's his real name? You give it away every once. Why does he call in on the alias? That's what I don't understand. What do these people call in on the alias for?
Man, they want their anonymity.
Why? I would think he'd be proud of what he says. You don't think Marty's not proud of what he says?
I hope he is.
I think you know what I think? I think he's supposed to be working, and he's calling in on a radio station. Well, it ain't a radio station. This is. What do you call this? A podcast?
Yeah, podcast. Yeah.
You got to have more than 4 people to be really a podcast, don't you? Or not?
Yeah, sometimes you do. Yeah.
Is there a number of people you got to have?
No, it could just be me and you.
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
Well, it's a little bit more than me and you, but you can't see the rest because you don't have the technology that I have to see things. But I ain't mad at you though. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, you have a happy New Year. I hope you have some. I wish, you know what I'd love to hear is people like like the insurance guy. What's his name?
Willie?
Willie. I wish Willie and a couple others would get like a New Year's resolution to let Trump be for the next 3 years, because they're not going to change anything. They're not going to convince anybody else of anything. I mean, I hate to see the guy for the next 3 years go through this. He needs emotional help.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. All right.
Hey,
yeah,
is the big parade going on this year?
I think it is.
Did boy get his money?
It is. It's going on, and it's a great.
Well, how many cars are going to be this year?
Oh, I don't know. That's not my.
You're going to be in one. I doubt you're going to be in one, because I think he had to make people pay to be in this parade.
What people pay to be in all parades?
No, they don't.
They pay for that. There's an entry fee.
Well, last year, people were in this parade for real. But hey, do you think it's right that councilmen give money to the Chamber of Commerce to sort of third party to somebody like him?
Well, I don't know. Never know.
That sounds crooked, don't it?
Now, how do you know anything like that has happened?
I know everything that's happening. I'm intelligent and I keep up with stuff.
Okay, then. Well, some of that stuff you keep up with exactly that. It's stuff.
But you ain't never proved me wrong on anything, have you?
Yes, I have.
What?
Listen.
Name one thing.
I'll tell you next year. Bye. Let me see here now. Go remember. Okay, the phone number is 521-2963. I think my phone's actually going to work this time too. Well, I'm hoping it. So anybody? Hey, did y'all hear Don just now? I got to know if that was working. Was that working? Does anybody? Come on, help me out here. Hey, Gary, did you hear Don just now? I think it's just a matter of me accidentally hitting the wrong button one day, and when I do it, I don't remember I did it. So that's the way it goes. But I'm gonna fix all that. So anyway, what else is going on? Man, it's almost 9 o'clock. I didn't realize that. Okay, good. Okay, so I guess I got it on the right way now. Thank you, there, Gary. I appreciate you, brother. You're a good man. So anybody else want to call, you can do it, 521-2963. But it's interesting about this young lady here who thinks that we're going to put the wrong man to, and it was her father that was killed. And so that's kind of weird. She said, earlier this year, I was contacted by the Attorney General's office and informed that the state would seek an execution date for Mr. Burton. When I said I do not want the execution to proceed, I was told I had no say. Wow. Okay. So the McMillan's thing was McMillan's conviction was overturned. I thought it was overturned. I don't know, because the white guy lied on him. Which back in them days, listen, I don't find that to be surprising at all. That's just the culture of this town, of this state, of this country back in those days. Okay, so I don't find that, but I don't find that to be unusual. Your kind is always able to be heard. Come on, listen. You can call in right now. You can get in. We people can hear you. Okay, 521-2963 for my next few minutes here. Anyway, so I won't be here the rest of the week. I won't be back to next Monday, I guess it would be. But I just wanted to get our condolences out to DeQuarius Green and his family. What a fine young man he was. Evidently, there were some domestic issues there. Since I'm not exactly sure of all the things I've been told are correct, I'm just gonna leave it like the newspaper put it. Domestic issues, and normally we know what domestic issues mean. It's a shame. It's a shame we lost a young man who was up and rising star. Was really, really, really a well-balanced young man, father, a pastor, even had a bunch of pastors under him that was a whole lot younger than he was. Sooner or later, I guess those pastors got some sense now. They said, we ain't gonna be here forever, so we might as well give some of this wisdom. And that's kind of like the woman who makes the best apple pie in town. She leave us and never give anybody the recipe. So how are we gonna get some more of that good apple pie? How you gonna leave a legacy of that apple pie if we can't ever taste it no more? That's what I'm saying. But anyway, so when we come back, hopefully we're gonna spruce up things around here, and we're going to uh, put some more things back on the wall back there so I can see. Because I told my son once he finishes training, I'm going to give him all my Army stuff and let him. Well, no, I won't give it all to him, but my legacy shall be passed on, and no sense in keep reminding myself of what I used to be. So what we use, although I still got to wear the coat every once in a while, just to make sure that I'm squared away. Okay. So anything, anybody? Oh yeah, don't forget our sponsor, and I think they're open at 9 o'clock actually, which is One Stop Wireless at 334-320-2988. And what they do is they sell cell phones. They provide you with cell service. They provide you with um, wireless service without having to go through Spectrum or anybody like that. And you can take this box with you anywhere. I think it's through T-Mobile, which means that if you can get a T-Mobile phone, if you can get a cell phone where they at, they can use this box, and it goes all around the whole house and everything. So it's really a good thing. And here's another thing. Here's the most important thing. You got an old phone sitting in your drawer, been sitting there for a year or so because you don't want to pay the man you bought it from. Ain't no problem. They can take that phone and put it on their system at a cheaper price. And some of their prices as low as $25 a month. Okay. Depending on your phone, but you need to take it up there to them and let them talk to them. And they're located at 3445 Atlanta Highway, which is right on the corner of Atlanta Highway and Coliseum Boulevard. There's a gas station there called Shell. They're in the same building. They're on one side, and the gas station's on the other side. So you might want to go up there and see them. No sense getting ripped. Hey, that's a good way to get around the tariffs. Okay, use your phone you got. Okay, use the phone you got. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, so do that. All right. So again, that is One Stop Wireless. I want to thank them for their support, and hopefully next year we'll have some more people. Okay. So now somebody just give me one more call here, so I'll know whether or not I can. So I can, if my phone thing is working, so I won't mess with the settings anymore. Okay. So somebody, come on, somebody give me a call. Hey Chuck, Kel Scale, Rand Smith. Good morning to you, and all these other people on this thing here. A lot of people. I appreciate you showing up. But anyway, so somebody call me, please, right now. Just give me a call, just so I can see if people can hear you. That's all. I just want to see you. I just want to hear from you. I don't want to leave this day. And also had a great sermon yesterday in church. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Nicki Minaj is a big wheel in the rap game, and she supporting she's supporting Turning Point. Wow, things do change sometimes, don't they? Anyway, well, Nicki Minaj, but I'll get that story next week. Anyway, time's up. So let me go. I gotta go pay my car insurance before they take my car away from me. I did give the number. Okay, 52120. Okay, so people don't want to call me. I'm just want to do a commo check here. Okay, before I go, but that's good. We'll do it next week or something like that. We'll be all right. So anyway, got to run out to the VA, go out there and tell some more lies out there. There I was. I gave the number out, man. 334. What's it? What's the number here? Yeah, 521 da 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 2963. Good. 29. I got time to take one more call. Okay. Now there's the number. She lost a couple 100,000, but who cares? The only follow anything. It ain't got nothing to do with people on that. Dr. Joe.
Here's your commo check. Did Marty and them remember how many people that Obama killed?
Oh, now they listen. They only remember, and like most of us, I guess, what they want to remember.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did Obama say? I'm good at killing people.
Well, now I haven't found any attribution to that.
No, he did say it. Go look it up.
Okay, well, I look it
Go
up
go look it up.
because I did
Promise
look
you
it up.
it's there.
I haven't found that part.
All right. Well, you need to find another whatchamacallit,
Resource.
yeah, resource, because Bing shows it. Okay.
Okay,
I'll talk to you next year.
all right. If Bing showed us, it must be true.
That's right.
Okay.
Bye.
Anyway, my time is up. Thank you for all of yours. I wasn't planning on coming today. Yeah, who cares about losing followers? Really? Come on, Frank. Who gives a crap about she lost? Doing the right thing. It's somebody said, was it Martin Luther King said, it's never wrong to do the right thing. Okay, and I think the thing that she did, she was herself. She wasn't trying to be nobody else. No, I don't. I think that's good. And sooner or later, I know it may be a tough one, but sooner or later, people are going to realize there's a right and a wrong, and you can believe either one you want to, but logic and reason and the truth. What does the word truth really mean? Way to go, Obama. Again, so way to go, Obama. But when Trump does it, then it's people who push drugs to this country are our enemy. They are not our friends. Okay, if they push drugs to this country, they are the enemy. Okay, and Congress never declared war on drugs, but Reagan and them did. That's how we came up with the DEA and all them other people. Okay, so I gotta go. Ask Donald Trump about truth. Well, what is truth? And truth has no moral connotation to it, none whatsoever. We try to make truth got something to do with good. No, it doesn't. But listen. Let's just face it. You guys don't like Donald Trump, and you don't have a replacement. Because if we'd had a replacement, do you think we would have put him back in there again? We knew who Donald Trump was when he went back into office. We didn't run from that. We knew who he was. He's the right man at the right time. And just like that cat I found the other day, he got a set of nuts on him. And you know what? We're not used to seeing a man with nuts. We're used to seeing a man hiding them, acting like he a girl. Nuts, put his nuts way in back of him because he don't want nobody to see him. I'm sorry. It's nice to see a man that's a man. We're so unfamiliar with it until it scares the hell out of us. Okay? Yeah. We're all upset. Sound like a bunch of women whining. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're so unfamiliar with what a man is until now we're kind of like, well, so that's what a man looks like. Yeah, that's what a man looks like. Yeah, that's what a man looks like. Yeah. Anyway, it is not the falling down that gives us strength. It is the getting up each and every time we do that gives it to us. Let me tell you something before this day out. Next year, this year, the year that's passing, and the one that's coming, just keep getting up. Keep getting up. And if you know you're right, even though the world may be saying that you're wrong, but if you know you're right, stand for something. Don't just fall for anything. Have a great day. Oh, my lesson of life today is this. If you have everything and not God, you have nothing. But if you have God and nothing else, you have everything. See you later. Have a great day. Happy New Year.